This year, I decided to make it a low buy year. After starting with decluttering, I did a video on it somewhere here. I decided that in order to not throw away so much, you need to not buy so much. And I know it's kind of challenging because we live in a consumerism era, and as a woman, as a girl, everything is catered to us. The majority of companies who are producing things and clothes and makeup obviously are catered to women. So we feel that much more inclined into shopping. But we really do need to understand and come to the conclusion that it's not about owning things, it's about using the things we own. Hi and welcome back. My name is Valentina. For those of you who do follow and know me, I live in Spain, which is, compared to North America, I used to live in Canada, not as a consumerism country as I thought. People here mostly concentrate on fixing things as opposed to buying new things. And when I moved here, I unwillingly started becoming a minimalist, which is my goal. And minimalism was kind of one of my aspirations. And I was always thinking that, man, I do own too many things. And most of us have too many things because in North America, at least where I was living, we had much bigger houses, much more space. Here in Spain, my house is not ready yet, so I am living in an apartment, and it just made me see things and look at things from a different perspective. So let's go over a couple of rules and regulations, let's put it that way, in order for you to be able to become a minimalist. And one of the steps to become a minimalist is not spending that much money, actually keeping your money to yourself and not necessarily throwing it away on things. So the first rule that I ran into after doing a little bit of research is that there's this thing called 5 new things a year. So you're allowed to buy 5 new things per year. 5 new items, whether it's makeup, whether it's clothes, whether it's shoes. But these 5 items obviously have to replace whatever you have in a house. So you're not allowed to bring a new thing into the house without throwing away something instead. And this way, we will definitely save the planet. We will minimize all of these toxic materials that are being thrown away. And if you are trying to be a green person and actually do, not just say that you care about the planet, one of the first steps would be to buy less things, to actually have a low buy year. First step also would be to develop your personal style and to actually buy things that you know you're going to wear. Most of the things in my closet, besides the fact that I'm pregnant, I can't say that I'm wearing it unless I make it a point to sit and match an outfit. You really are usually going for the things that you know fit you and look good on you. And when you see that, oh, I ran out of these kind of shirts that fit me, let me buy a couple of more in different color. When in reality, any color shirts you have with a different color bottoms are going to make a new outfit. So the first thing that I was doing is I started going shopping into my own closet. Just by looking at the things I own. And the funny thing is, I don't wear even half of it. And my closet is full. And keep in mind, I'm pregnant, so not a lot of things fit me. But even things that fit me, like not even 30%, 40%, I would say, tops of what I own, I use. So this year, I'm doing definitely a low buy year. I'm not shopping for anything else. You would be surprised how many of your things you are not using, you are not even have the intention of ever using. The same thing applies to your shoes. Like, it's crazy how many pairs of shoes all of us own. And we live in a hot country, we don't even need that many shoes. But each and one of us has at least 4 or 5 pairs, when in reality, like, I would say we need maximum 3 and then maybe 1 more pair for like colder season. I really do not need more than 2, 3 pairs of shoes maximum, because if I need a pair of shoes for an occasion, if there's something is coming up, I usually have at least 1 pair of shoes that would fit any kind of outfit, 1 pair of heels. You don't need to have 5 shades of tan to match each and every outfit. I rather match my shoes to my outfit than my outfit to my shoes, if you know what I mean. One thing that I'm very guilty of, and I stopped because my partner, he noticed it, that I kept getting those deliveries from Zara. I shop for my children quite a lot because they're growing up and I always want them to look cute. And then this year, I actually started making very rational decisions when it comes to shopping for my children. First of all, I did a floating closet for them. So I really see what they have. I actually see the amount of socks they have, the amount of underwear they have, the amount of shirts and dresses and things. Floating closet for my children gives me an opportunity to see what fits them, what doesn't, and and it gives you such a clear vision of the things they actually own, when in reality, kids don't need that many things. They need 5-6 outfits if they go to school. They need 5-6 pair of underwear. Just do laundry more often. With today day and age technology, these really cool machines that are energy efficient, and it's so much easier to just throw everything in a laundry and just do your laundry more often. Don't buy more things, just do it more often. I had the same talk with my teenage daughter the other day, and she's like, "Oh, Mom, I need new underwear." I'm like, "How many pairs do you have?" She's like, 7. I'm like, "Just do your laundry. That's all you need to do." I have exactly 7 for each day of the week, and I just do my laundry at least every other day. I throw something in the laundry and it's fine. You can reuse. These are the things that I tend to not put budget on. Socks, underwear, and bras, they need to be recycled. They need to be renewed because it goes directly on your body. But anything else, if you have 5 pair of shorts in the same style, just different color, you don't need that much. You really don't. It's funny how we spend so much time working and earning money, and then we give it away on things, on pieces of material, as opposed to on something else, as opposed to saving them, or as opposed to putting them to a better use, like an experience or something. Another thing that I really stopped doing, it's eating out. Again, me and my partner are very much into fitness, and we both like to work out. So we both like to have a very balanced diet. The same thing I'm doing for my children. And it's so much easier to eat at home because you are already spending so much money buying your groceries, going to the store, bringing it at home, putting it all into the fridge. Then you might as well use it. You might as well cook at home, because I feel like it's a waste of money paying someone to come and bring you food, paying a service fee, paying a tip, and in the end, it doesn't even always taste that good. Unless there's some kind of a situation and I didn't get a chance to cook, or once or twice a month we would order, or we would go out and we would have like dinner somewhere. But when it comes to like DoorDash and Uber Eats, I really put a stop to it. And a way of putting a stop to it, I just deleted the app, and then going through the hassle if I feel like I should have, like I would have something. I'm like, yeah, but like re-downloading the app, putting in my address again, my credit card information, I can't be bothered. I'll just cook something. Same thing applies to makeup. Unless I'm replacing an item, I'm not buying a new item. I'm not trying new things. If whatever I have works for me, works for my skin type, unless my dermatologist or whoever does my facials is telling me, oh, maybe you should switch up your face wash, I'm not doing it. So I'm only buying what is already empty. An empty bottle goes out, and I'm buying a new full bottle. Same thing applies to perfumes. I used to have like 6-7 perfumes that I wasn't even using. Now I'm sticking to two main smells that I really like. One is more of a wintry smell, and one is more of a summery smell. Other than that, there is nothing more appealing than just a smell of a clean body. So I would invest in a good body shower as opposed to in a good perfume. I noticed that limiting myself and limiting my family to consumption, it really helped with my personal growth, because you see things from a different point of view. You're not a consumer to that degree. And then when you go shopping, when you look at things, you look from the perspective of, oh, that's like 2 hours of my work. That shirt that costs $150 to $200 or whatever you're into. I would rather invest in quality items. So limiting myself to those 5 items a year definitely puts things into perspective, that I have a budget to actually go and spend and buy quality things, because I would rather have 10 quality things in my closet than 50 so that, just seasonal. Try to practice delayed gratification. And for me, it really does work. If I want an item and I saw an item, whether it's online, whether it's in person, I give myself a 24 to 48 hours grace period. So if I still want it in 2 days, that means I actually want it. And I'm gonna go and I'm gonna purchase it again, within my limits, within my budget, but I am never anymore an impulsive shopper. I don't just go on a shopping spree. When I go through the mall, when I shop, I'm not being called up by these beautiful items, because just like technology, you cannot keep up with fashion nowadays. You cannot keep up with all of the new things that are coming out, because otherwise it's gonna be, all of your work is gonna be going in vain and you're gonna get into debt. So try to think of it this way. You can never have the best iPhone, the newest iPhone. So the same thing applies to your clothes and shoes and style. Just try to stick to the things that actually fit you, look good on you, are good quality, and are comfortable. Teach your children the same thing. I'm really teaching my daughter. She's a teenager now, and of course she wants this and she wants that. And I always keep telling her that in reality, no one really cares if you keep on re-wearing the same thing over and over again. And I'm such a big advocate for, you can wear the same beautiful dress to different parties. No one's gonna come up to you and say, oh, I saw you wearing that dress 1 week ago at your graduation. No one cares. In reality, we're the only ones who are so judgmental of it and, oh, I should really put on a new dress. No one really cares in the true world, at least not people, if you're surrounding yourself with the right people, not your close friends and family or whatever you're going. So reusing the items that you have, especially if they look good on you, if the color matches you, if they're comfortable, then why not? That's why we buy clothes for, and that's why we have things for them to be reused over and over again. You're not buying them to just wear them once. Celebrate your progress and give yourself a pat on the back when you actually go a month without buying things. It's such a satisfying feeling, to be honest. I started this like January, where I really just limited one thing a month per each family member, or maybe like every 2 months. It's such a satisfying feeling when you actually understand that you don't need that many things, that you don't use at least 60 or 70% of the things that you have. Be proud of yourself, of your accomplishments, of where you are when it comes to your spendings, because in reality, it all comes down to, unless you have a super high budget for it, but don't always compare yourself and don't look at other people. For me, because I'm a YouTuber and being in this space kind of makes you a little bit self-confidence, being a little bit on the verge of like, oh, but when I watch these YouTubers, they always like wear new things and it looks so appealing. But in reality, everyone, at least smart people, are using and reusing the same clothes. It's just that you cannot possibly remember everything that they were wearing in any other videos. And that's something that I had to go over and to actually not force myself to give myself an excuse. Oh, I'm a YouTuber, I need to have new outfits. No one cares. Generally, it's about content. It's not about the things that you wear. Just look clean, look into the camera and be straight up. Talk about the topic that it's interested to people, and no one's gonna care what kind of a shirt you are wearing. At least this is my personal opinion. Other than that, I wish you a low buy year, and even if it's already half a year's gone, it's never too late to start. Start today. You will see a big difference in your budget. You will see a big difference in your own attitude towards things, towards clothes, and it's going to teach you so many lessons. So don't wait another minute. Thank you for following, thank you for watching, and I will see you in my next video.